Hey everyone, it's me, Sean Capri. Welcome to If You're on Nintendo. We're about to get into an amazing episode, and an amazing episode, and it's all thanks to everybody who supports us over at patreon.com/makeusbetter, like our platinum executive producer, Corey Hicks, at twitch.tv/chicks_18, our gold executive producers, Sheldon, Benedict, and Tony Baker, and Mr. Mark Moody, and all of our gentlemen executive producers, Dude427, Martini Jean, Aaron Doherty, David Ray, Jesse Armstrong, Joel Brooks, James Johnson, Dr. Doom, and Tim Aulph. Let's get on with the show, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Great topic coming in from our man, the man himself, Brendan Myers.
Let's face it, as Nintendo fans, we are often left slightly disappointed and scratching our heads asking why. Where is our Super Mario Galaxy 3? Why isn't Metroid out yet? Bring back the Ice Climber, seriously, and what were you thinking with the Virtual Boy? Well, sit back as Sean Capri and
Jason Lacey
do just that. That's right, this is If We Ran Nintendo. Now, cue the music, maestro.
We're here to do what Nintendo. Welcome to episode 105 of If We Ran Nintendo. I am Jason Lacey, and through the magic of phone internet, I'm joined by Sean Capri. We're living in the future.
We're living in the future. Also feels like we're living in somehow the past as well. I am currently living in a bedroom. I think the sound's gonna do one of two things. This may be like acoustically, this may be the best room I've ever recorded in, because like it's all carpet. I'm talking onto a bed, like the laptop is on a bed, but it's balanced by or countered by the microphone situation I've got, which is my iPhone. I was gonna bring the whole setup, Jason. I really was. I was gonna bring like the Yeti microphone and a webcam and everything. But this is gonna work, I guess, man.
Hey, this is like going old school Sean podcasting, like when you first got started and you're like, I'm making an awesome podcast. Mm-hmm. And then you go after you fast forward a while and you're like, oh my gosh, how did I do it back then?
Seriously, this is like the only thing missing from this setup is like some duct tape and some like a 2x4 table that we're sort of like crafting together. Yeah. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing we canceled the whole live thing, because that just was not. That
would not
happen.
Be possible.
I knew that much. I knew that we couldn't count on that. But also between the Wi-Fi here that cuts out Netflix in the middle of Moana and ruining Lincoln's night, I actually tried to watch Jurassic World last night and I couldn't get through it. It just like stopped working in the middle of the night.
Oh no!
In the middle of the movie. It's no good, man. It's no good at all.
You're getting throttled. You guys are using too much internet.
I know. They're like, go outside. It's gorgeous where you are. Just what are you using the internet for? It's ridiculous.
But see, that's because your dedication to the listeners, the viewers out there, we had to have a regular episode. So if you're listening to this, it's probably published on iTunes or Google Play or anywhere else you like to listen to podcasts. And it's probably a Wednesday, because that's when the show releases, on a Wednesday. And we typically record live on YouTube, but not this week.
No. I mean, I appreciate you saying the commitment to the listeners, even though I will admit no more than 8 minutes ago I was like, I guess we don't have an episode this week. And I guess it's just meant like there's nothing we can do about it, man.
Nope. You were just like, well, screw those people.
Mm-hmm. I was going to go to a coffee shop or maybe do the Nintendo, If We Ran Nintendo Drive, but Chelsea took the car. Oh, yeah. So she's out. She took Lincoln for a picnic down at the beach.
If We Ran Nintendo Power Walk?
Yeah, man. Well, one day, I'm not completely against people doing that show, the Nintendo Drive. So, Donnie, I know this didn't work out, but you go get it, man. Go get in your car and record with, I don't even know, one of the 17 hosts on PSVG. Get it with Dev. Go with Dev and Tyus, man. Let's go. How you been, Jason? Enough about me.
That's not a conversation you want to go down.
It's not If We're on Nintendo conversation.
No,
okay.
It's not a fun. We're lighthearted. We're fun. We're upbeat. If we go down that, if we segue into that,
mm-hmm.
it'll just be bad.
Okay,
we'll be in a dark place.
Where can people hear? Can people hear about it on another podcast somewhere sometime?
No.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Okay, man.
I don't want to kill everyone's moods.
Fair enough.
You know, I things probably aren't as bad as I make them out to be in my head. Is step one, and then step two, everything usually works out. I think this is what my shrug emoji looks like.
It really does. Well, for me, I have spent the last week here in Vancouver Island. Like the westernmost part of Canada is absolutely gorgeous, and I spent the first couple of days like legitimately trying to figure out a way how we're moving here. Like I'm looking up housing prices, and I'm like hoping for some sort of like win in the real estate market where like maybe we sell our house for a good price and get our like something out here. But like stuff is super expensive out here, and like you don't make a lot of money. Like it's just one of those places in the world that like you just, if you want to live here, you make it work, and we're not really in that type of situation yet.
I'm familiar with Vancouver Island because there's a show my wife and I watched called Them Alone. And one of the first was it the first season? I think the second season. So the whole premise of it, I can't remember how many competitors are. They drop them off in the wilderness, and they have all the stuff they bring with them, and whoever's there the longest wins the money, essentially. And I think one of the seasons was on Vancouver Island.
Oh yeah. I know that show. Yes. Yeah, like way up north too. This just so nice, man. I feel like the air is just better. I'm breathing better, even though like Chelsea and I have basically been. If we find now that we're on vacation. Our bodies are like, oh, now's a great time for you to get sick. You don't have to work, right?
Oh,
that's
right.
You can just go get sick. You can do that whole thing.
You had that little tickle.
I did have that little tickle. Yeah. It's, I think it's, like, I've definitely had a couple of afternoon naps when Lincoln has been napping. But anyways, that's for a whole other thing, man.
Yeah.
Todd Oxford is screaming at us right now. Just because we're not live. So I don't know how long this thing's been going on.
I really let him down when I told him that I would, get those topics moving along when I came on board. And I'm sorry, Todd.
Well, we're going to put out another call out. I know he has an idea for a topic for us. I got to put another call out to the patrons.
That's true.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So what's next?
Hey, speaking though, if people, you mentioned calling out to the patrons. If they want to do that, where can people become patrons? How do they become the patrons, and what can they do?
You can jump on your keyboard and go patreon.com/makeisbetter. And, like so many amazing people that we said at the top of the show, but now that we're not doing it live, we'll fix it all out in post.
I know. My energy is depleted. It's my kryptonite, not being live. I miss everyone so much.
That's quite alright. Chelsea's like, message me when you're done. And I'm like, you don't even know. We just got started.
I
got a lamp here in my face. I've got an iPhone light in here because the webcam, nothing's working. But, yeah, man. We got some topics. We're going to put some topics. We got some shout-outs. We've been playing some stuff.
Let's tighten the reins.
All right.
And we'll begin the show with this episode, like we begin each and every episode, with our shout-outs.
Man, there's nothing to geek out here, man. It is, Netflix doesn't work. The doors don't close. The internet's shitty. But I've been playing some stuff, which I'll get to in a second. But I'll start with the shout-outs, man.
Yeah, hit it.
Shout out to you, and shout out to Donnie, and shout out to the Nintendo Shack for for digging up and exhuming, the old corpse of the guru himself, man. I want to give a shout out to my boy Bobby Pauls for being on the Nintendo Shack.
First time I've seen Bobby's face and chatted with him in like a long time.
It's nice. Long time. It was, and you guys went the distance. That was not a normal, that was a supersized
usually we're
episode.
we hard cap at 60 minutes, and then I'm like, we're going long. Donnie's like, I don't care. I was like,
oh, that's awesome. Well, I miss Bobby a lot. I miss hearing him podcast, even if it's not with me. That's totally fine. But I want to give my boy Bobby a quick shout out. Also, Timothy Aulph, whatever you prefer, was on Nintendo Dads.
I just finally listened to that this morning.
That's awesome, man. Holy crap. We gotta get him on, with the Gamercast. We gotta get things moving along. So Tim is a great supporter at the Patreon. I just want to give him a quick shout out for being on the podcast. And I don't know, this last person, I have somebody who reached out to me, on Twitter a couple of days ago, and I want to make sure that I mention it because I pre-recorded We the Gamercast, and this came after I think we recorded the Xbox Drive. But Andrew Newell reached out to me on Twitter and said that he found We the Gamercast through the E3 predictions, surely from somebody who was on there. And he said that and then he started listening to Xbox Drive and We the Gamercast, and he's like, you really brighten up my day. And I'm like, well, the feeling is mutual, my friend, because that's just the best thing that anybody can say to anybody making all this stupid content is that quick little tweet to say, I like your stuff. And I'm just like, that put me on cloud nine. So thank you to Andrew Newell, man. I really appreciate it.
That quick affirmation that you're making things that people like.
Yeah, that people actually listen. I mean, the thing is that, like, we know a few people who listen, but the vast majority of people just listen in darkness. And they don't, and that's totally fine. Like, I listen to most of my podcasts and I don't, like, actively tweet the creators or anything like that. Like, I'm not always like, I'm listening. But I am, and I understand that. So, like, it's always nice when somebody comes out of the darkness and let you know, I'm over here, and then you can go back. That's totally fine.
Yeah,
we were comfortable.
We had somebody randomly like crash the end of Flux to Post last week. It's like, oh, what's this live stream about? It's like, oh, I feel sorry for you already. But he joined our Discord.
Oh, that's awesome.
He hangs out our Discord, but it's just funny how things work out.
That's sweet, man.
For me, I have to second the Bobby shutout. The Bobby shutout. He plays goalie now. I don't know if you know that. It was awesome to talk with Bobby. He's given us immense crap for the length of time it took us to get him on Nintendo Shack. He's wanted to join us on there for quite some time.
What do you mean he's giving you crap? He's the one retiring and then coming out of retirement. What are you supposed to do?
This is pre-retirement, back when he was still in his prime.
When did you start the Shack though? It hasn't been that long.
I mean, Shaq was there, but it wasn't like the weekly thing until, gosh, I don't know how long we've been doing that now.
Yeah, like I feel like maybe
a few months.
Yeah, he's been gone since January. Bobby just, you know what? I rescind.
Oh my gosh, look what I've done. Oh, and then, I love just watching the wheels turn, and I may know some details, but it's fun to help inflate the hype machine that much more with everything he's got going on. So I can't wait for that unveiling to take place.
Yeah, man.
For him, that'll be a good time. And it's fitting that it was my second shout out this week, because he is our suggested topic was Brendan Myers was my shout out, because he's always been awesome on social media and like giving us feedback and being appreciative of and like supportive of me coming on here, because I'm always really critical anyway, and I know I definitely haven't like found my place in the show yet. Like I'm not in the flow just yet. I'm still making those adjustments, and clearly my intro with this show isn't my first few minutes with this episode aren't.
I like it. The Nintendo don't. I like
that, but I mean, there's some clunkiness there. But I'm gonna scratch that up to not being live. I don't have the chat to boost and carry me forward. I don't have David Ray in the chat or
Dude 427.
Dr. Doom.
Oh, Dr. Doom. Dude, I think he's streaming right now.
I think he is as well.
I think a lot of people are just Joe after work is streaming. I think Chris Berto's streaming right now.
Everybody's streaming now.
Yeah. So I'm just going to quit. Everybody's doing the stuff. I'm just going to quit. I can't.
Yeah, but you've got that time zone advantage.
I feel like it's a disadvantage, to be honest with you. I feel like everybody's gone to sleep by the time that, especially here, and that's the other thing. Legitimately, I was talking about, like, how do we move here? I was like, yeah, but this time zone's rough.
I know. It's like, I want to record a podcast. You mentioned it. Devin? No. I can't stay up till 12:30 to make that happen.
yeah. This is tough. Like Mountain Zone Central is a little easier, but we're way on the opposite ends of the. I gotta just scooch around a little bit here. I'm just a reminder. I'm on the floor, everybody.
Yeah,
so every once in a while,
he's practicing his catcher pose.
Oh my god! So. How do you do it with kids? Like, how do you like? I feel like I'm failing at being a dad because I can't be on the ground. Like I'm not good at this. Like I can't sit here with like my legs crossed, or like I can't sit down. Anyway. It's a whole other thing.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I'm no good. Tough. Yeah.
So, time for a little what you playing? Powered by
Goal!
Thank you, Wonder Man. I'm gonna make this easy, Sean.
Oh no.
I got a big shrug emoji for what I've been playing.
Oh man, are you serious?
Because you know what? I didn't play Mario Golf at all. I missed the tournament this week. I didn't even get a chance to play.
That's how I made the podium. Second place, baby. Woo!
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. And up until like the weekend, I finally got a chance to play something, and it was I did spend a little time with Mario Tennis Aces.
Oh yeah.
And I tell you what, man, it's like I've seen a lot of people. I hate being like making a harsh judgment on just a quick demo, but man, the online play for me on that was hot trash.
Yeah.
It was hot trash. And it's like, man, is the Nintendo Switch Online going to make this better? Or am I just going to be paying for the same thing? You know, it makes me raise some questions. But then at the same time, I'm like, okay, it is like a stress test demo thing. There's probably, I mean, everyone was playing this because it was free. And it was just that weekend to play it. So, I mean, okay, I'm going to, no, but see, then I'm become a Nintendo apologist, and then I'm like, well, you know, it was a stress test, you guys, and we gotta check the servers, you know, and come on.
How much time do we have until this thing comes out? Is it a couple weeks? Is it, I feel like June 20th or something? Is popping in my head or something like that?
Yeah, it's something like that this month.
Not that far off.
You know, I haven't played a Mario Tennis game since 64. Just to give some background. And, you know, I did have fun with it, but for me, it was like, I don't know. It's tough because you would play when the matches were even. It was a lot of fun, but there's definitely like with any game, there's like a big skill gap there. Like I played somebody. I was like at first I had to channel like my OK Beast to a little shout out. Shout out.
Oh, hey guys.
I had to compete with this guy, and I somehow I think I dropped the first set by I think maybe just one shot behind him, but then he got to serve and he aced me every serve.
What?
I couldn't return a single serve, and it was just like, what is going on? And then if someone has their charge, their super move, you're like, well, I'm done, I'm toast. I had somebody block my super move. I what? How do you do this?
You know what? You'll get there. Did you play Strikers at all? Because I didn't play a whole lot of tennis back in the day, but I played a ton of Super Mario, like Super Strikers.
No. Played Super Strikers.
And it was that like when you get that warm up and you ring the bell. Anyway, you don't know what I'm talking about, but you get the super move where you can send 5 or 6 balls, depending on how much time, and it's just rapid fire. So it's like the old golf swing meter of back and forth. So one way is on how many balls you get, and the other way is how quickly it's gonna go. And if you get 6 but super fast, it should be a guarantee of 6, but then people are really fast and they're able to block it. So I think it's gonna be the same with this one, man. And I played one match of this game and I quit because of the internet here, and I'm like, it must be that. And then I went on Twitter all night and saw, it wasn't just me. It wasn't just the internet here.
It was a mixed bag. And I really don't like to use that special move. You don't even have to be you can be on the opposite side of the court of where the ball is and you still return it. I think that's kind of, at least have to be in the ball's flight path at least, you know? But Lucas played it right when the demo went up. He went 12-0 before he lost. I mean, he won his first actual won a bracket. He was just tearing it up. But I was
that's enticing though. That bracket thing is
it was fun. And I think it would be a lot of fun to play with friends, most of these games are. But then it's for $60, which I don't have for a game. It's like
Patreon.com/flexopost, y'all.
It's the debacle I think people had with ARMS. You know, is there enough here that's going to keep me interested?
That's what I'm worried about.
To make this worthwhile. And for me, it's well, I still got a ton of content and Hyrule Warriors to play through. I'm going to be playing Octopath Traveler in another month.
Ooh, yeah.
So it's it's a no-brainer for me to pass on this. And I think a lot of people that I know aren't really rushing out to pick this up. I hate to slather his name across this podcast so much, but Donnie Reese, he's canceled he's redistributed his pre-order money on this game.
Really?
Something else. Yep. So even this, it's unfortunate, but
yeah. Well, I guess we'll see, man.
We'll see.
The same feelings for me of even just in the one match, but I was like, this is multiplayer only, and man, it could go one of two ways. ARMS, everybody jumped on in the beta and then or the test punch. And then just jumped away. But this one has Mario. There's another factor there. Is this the next Mario Kart where everybody you just have it? But I don't know, man. It's funny to me that I can justify $60 twice or $80 for Mario Kart twice. And I don't even think about it. Well, actually 3 times because we had to buy it it may even be 4 times with Chelsea Switches and her Wii U. Just because that's what, you just have to have it. But yeah, man.
I don't get it also, there was no motion controls. option in the demo.
Yep.
I figured, like Arms had that in there, and there is a mode. Was it simple mode, which like takes off? It's just tennis. You don't have the extra bells and whistles. So I guess for purists, maybe there's that too. I don't know. We'll see.
I see. Well, it's funny because I made a point, because I'm traveling, Switch is my jam right now. To Switch, I got my 3DS with me playing my golf. I want to get into Hey Pikmin, and I actually have Ever Oasis with me as well. Wow. I even brought my Vita with me, but I haven't turned it on, man. All I did with it, here's what I did with my Vita. I started deleting stuff. And I'm like, I gotta organize this thing. Like that's the game I played with. I played Many is the game on my Vita this week. But I wanted to make a point. I bought Bloodstained last week.
Yeah.
Live on the show. And I played through, I was going for a little bit at first, and I'm not familiar with Castlevania at all. Like, I've played Symphony of the Night for maybe an hour, and I just kept dying. I don't really understand.
We're
there's
in
obviously
a very similar place with Castlevania.
Oh, are you? Castlevania. Yeah. So I just didn't really know what I was supposed to be getting into. Like, I wasn't sure what I was even looking for, because at first glance and first try this game, the controls are not that great. Like, they are very precise in the game, in the rules that it establishes for itself. But you can't, if you're jumping, you can't adjust. If you're I think the jumping mechanic on its own is very unique to that old style, that old NES 8-bit style of, if you're standing still and then jump, you're not moving forward afterwards. You've got to be kind of moving into the jump, and all those, and the knockback damage is really difficult. But then he started unlocking these different characters with these different abilities, and learning how you can kind of benefit each other. Of this one guy's got this great spell. He can surround himself with a fire shield, and you can switch to another character who shoots upwards, this diagonal up. And that's super beneficial for some of the bosses. So I'm starting to get a bit of the hook of, if I put these guys to use together this way, then it seems to work. And I think I'm at the end of the game, but there's different paths that you can take. So I don't know exactly what I'm missing. I've really been just kind of stumbling my way through this game, enjoying it well enough. But I definitely don't have that Castlevania love from back in the day to go this game is amazing. This game is very, very good and worth every $13.11 I think I spent on it.
Yeah.
But for somebody who doesn't have the familiarity with Castlevania at all, I think that I like Metroid. The Metroid of Metroidvanias better than this. The exploration I think is more natural. The big winding maps. I see the places where it's allowing me to go, you've got to come back here. But then I progress so far into the game that I'm not sure why I would do that, aside from maybe a second playthrough and I get to explore other parts that I missed before. But that doesn't seem as rewarding to me as completing the map before I finally finish the game.
I get that. I totally get that.
You know what else I've been playing, dude? And maybe we don't, how about this? What about this? What if cause I don't even know how long we've been going, man. What if
I don't even know.
Cause this seems like a special episode. What if there's no topics?
Oh.
People will be mad. Maybe we'll do Brendan's topic. You want to do Brendan Meyer's topic?
You want to get nuts?
Let's get nuts. Todd, this is going to be a one topic show. It was almost going to be no show. We almost no show.
You should be thankful you're getting a show, Todd.
Oh, that's not what I mean. Oh no, you're right. That doesn't sound like that. Because I want to talk to you about Pokemon, man.
Oh boy.
I fired up. Did you, cause the whole Pokemon thing happened, and I'm supposed to be on family vacation, spending time with family.
Lucas and I may be trolling PSVG Nintendo Land with anti-Pokemon stance.
You're not, nothing is, cause I'm not a Pokemon guy at all.
It's a weird, Pokemon's in a weirr place for me because, I had two younger brothers who are very much still into Pokemon. My one brother doesn't play games too much anymore. He'll play NHL every once in a while but then out of the blue, weeks ago, he was like, so I went to GameStop last weekend and I bought a 3DS and $160 worth of Pokemon games.
What?
So and then the weekend he just played through I think it was Silver, X and Y. He played, not the brand newest one, but I think he did eventually pick up Sun and Moon, but that he was playing the older stuff. So because of them, back in the day, I did play Pokemon Red, and that's been the first and only Pokemon game I played. So I was in high school then. I think I was a sophomore. I think I was probably 16, I think,
when I played it.
So, yeah, so I was on that spot where I was like, this is kid stuff. I'm edgy with my Adidas shoes and my...
Your tearaway track pants.
Yeah, I can't be... the scene will just leave me behind if I'm seen playing this stuff. So, I was in that weird spot where I felt like I was aged out of it, but not, I couldn't quite immerse. And I'd like the cartoon I didn't never really get into.
Yeah, same here.
And so I've never played a game since then. I had to at least try Pokemon Go because it was like a phenomenon when that released. And I remember I did it once with walking the dog, and I was like, this is just too hard to juggle. This is annoying. And then like one time, Jess and I were out walking, and she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I was trying this Pokemon. She's like, don't do that. I was like, oh, okay.
So that was the end of that.
She was not being mean. She's like, why are you doing that? We're supposed to be spending time together. I was like, yeah, you're right. So, so I just never, and plus at the time, like, there was like nothing in my area. Like I live in a suburb, but it still was like, hey, look there's 80 Rattatas. Okay. Yeah. So. And
that's why, so for me, like, it's been perfect with the announcement, and like, I feel like I'm 1 out of every 5 human beings on the planet just re-downloaded Pokemon Go for the second, maybe 5th time. And revisiting it in a new area, so I don't know if it's like there's a couple things. It's been about a year since I last played, and I'm in a new spot in the country, and they've surely added more Pokemon since the last time so it's very interesting to me. Like, I'm getting like these 6, 7, I'm 1 day left from a 7-day catch streak. So there's that. Like, those hooks are in me. And I was wowed by the reveal of this Let's Go Pikachu thing. And
I still haven't watched it, honestly.
Oh man. The interaction between it and Pokemon Go, I think, is just like, it is so genius to me. Like, if I ran Nintendo, I would be like giving the person a raise, whoever thought of this or whatever. I just think that like jumping on, the success of Pokemon Go and like having like a literal integration with the Switch is like, it's almost too perfect. And so I'm like, I kind of just want to maybe get ready for this. Like, maybe I'll just kind of like jump back into Pokemon Go.
Why don't they do that with Animal Crossing for us?
Maybe they will, man. But what would you think though? Because, this, like, it's not the core RPG. Like, it's sort of like this in-between one. Would that be okay for Animal Crossing, or would that upset people? I feel like it would upset people for some reason. It would
oh yeah. People, like, we get like Happy Home Designer again.
Yeah.
That, Happy Campground Designer, that's what you get,
Right, yeah, but like, it's like somewhat like a little bit bigger on the Switch. Like, but man, I'd love the interaction of the motion controls on the Switch, and being able to trade with people on the phone, and like, it just bridges those gaps and just takes me along this journey to like, maybe like me and you are like that target. People who like Pokemon can buy anything no matter what.
Oh yeah.
But in order to expand the audience, like, this is me.
Pokemon fans don't need anything else. They just need to know it's coming, and here's my money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
they don't need extra convincing.
Does this make you more excited for the actual RPG, the mainline game that's coming in 2019?
In and of itself, and the announcement in and of itself, no, but I feel like these are the right moves to get me there. Like, this is that, like, the stepping stone to get me, like, yeah, now I'm pumped, because for me, like, a lot of it is like, I don't know most of the Pokemon. Like, I started to, like, Pidgeys and all these other ones that I'm catching 100 of. Like, I recognize, and, what Pokemon Go did last year. Was it just last year? Or was it 2 years ago?
I feel like it's probably 2 years ago.
It's got to be 2 years, because Lincoln was born last year. So, I went back to Pokemon X or Y, I can't remember which one. And I'm like, oh, I'm enjoying this more because I recognize the Pokemon. So like, by playing Pokemon Go and starting to just get to know the world and everything a little bit more, it is getting me maybe a little bit there, and just the world swells with excitement and it's difficult to ignore for me anyways. Like, that's, as I get older and have my attention drawn and pulled in all these different ways, like, it's difficult for me to say no to things. Like, for me to go like, no, I'm not going to try that. Like, I want to try everything, but I don't know, man. This one's tough. I'm going to give it a legitimate try. I'll say that.
I've put on a good curmudgeon facade, and I'm just like, this is,
but it's a defense mechanism.
Yeah. But it's like, July 6th, by the way, was Pokemon Go's release date. So it would be almost 2 years to the date.
Yeah.
We're a year from it. I mean, a month from its 2 year mark. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like, have you tried Pokemon Quest?
I tried it for a little bit, and I was like, I want to actually I think I'm just gonna watch Donnie's. Donnie's streams.
He's like all in on that. He's
I know.
like so all in on that, and so like I feel like I mean, it's free, so I should at least download it and try it before. But instead, I'm like that guy's like, why are you playing that?
I wish it was on my phone, man. To be honest, like it is such a mobile game.
It should be on your phone. Right?
I wish it was on my phone to play because I need games that I actually enjoy on my phone. And that would be one. I downloaded the Jurassic Park Go, whatever. Like that.
Man,
I haven't played it yet though because I'm too distracted with Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
And quick shout out, thank you to Bobby as well. He gave me a code for SteamWorld Dig 2, and I'm loving that game, man.
Yeah, it's a great game, isn't it?
That will probably ultimately pull me away from Bloodstained, but it's very, very good and just endless, man.
I'm disappointed with like how fast I played through that. Like literally, like in 2 days, I finished it because I was just like, I have to play this all the time.
I'll just go back up and like sell my stuff, and then I'll come back down just maybe one more time.
Like that hook just really, I love that gameplay hook that it has, and I just like, especially once you get like some of the the upgrades, it's just like, then it's like easy mode because you just get everywhere. But like for a while there, I wanted to 100% it, but then I just got sidetracked. And
too hard,
man. I think I'm like at 92%. Like there's just a few things I'm missing, but those are the hardest to find, and. But such a great game. I love the
jackhammer.
games.
I got the jackhammer.
Yeah.
I got my like little gun that like throws a grenade or whatever. And yeah, I'm just like getting the same type of feeling as the first one with the upgrades, and it all is very familiar, but it's new still, and I'm just loving it, man. So thank you, Bobby. That I can't believe. Mark Carabin also said like, how are people sleeping on this game? This is a nice little reminder. If you missed it, like definitely get it. It's worth full price, but if you get it on sale now, I feel like it's likely to be on sale at some point in the near future. So good times, man.
Yeah. I love SteamWorld, like all the series, like I love Heist.
Yeah. Like the base was a lot like Heist, I think. Like when you go back up to the surface, it's more like Heist, I think, than it was like the first.
Yeah. Yeah. A little more, you have multi-tiered and a little more, not just,
that's really all it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And just to clarify, I don't hate Pokemon, you guys. I'm happy that there's so many people that are loving Pokemon. Don't label me as the Pokemon hater because I don't hate Pokemon. I just don't play Pokemon, guys. I just don't know. I just don't want to have fun, guys.
It's way too late, man. They're long gone. The people you pissed off, they're long gone.
I'm the real reason that.
Oh, well, I want to play more Nintendo, man. I'm liking doing the show with you. I'm liking that we have this thing every week. I play more Nintendo.
There's this dusty spot at my desk where my Xbox One S used to sit.
Yeah.
So I need to fill it with something. So I think I'm going to bring my Nintendo, my Super NES Classic Edition Micro Console Hyper X3 and put it right there. And that way I can use my controllers and sit down because they won't reach my chair otherwise.
I know. I'm right with you, man. Trust me. I might have to get one of those NES ones too when they come back in stock pretty soon here. I think I'm gonna do it. Even though I haven't played my SNES since I got it, to be honest.
I mean, I'm going to need to get another job or start selling my plasma again.
You and me both, man.
That's the only way this is gonna work. Yeah. So, hey, I'm glad Bloodstained worked out the first time you bought a game on the air.
Yeah, man. Do it more often.
Am I assuming that's only going to happen on live episodes? So your wallet is safe this week?
Definitely safe this week. It can't even be like I was thinking like maybe once a month, but we'll see. Depending on like how quickly I get through this and depending on what I've got on the go. Like I really just want it to be this like safeguard of like if I'm not playing anything, let's fix that.
Yeah.
Let's go on the shop and see what's going on.
You don't want to get backlogged too, because then you're going to be like, well, I just already have these games I'm not playing. It's going to jam me up. You don't want that.
Yeah. So I've got Dig and I've got some Pokemon Go, some quests. Like I'm back into it now. I might even go back. My 3DS has been like completely dusted off. I may be able to carry over with, Hey Pikmin, I want to finish that off, or start up Ever Oasis. I've got quite a few games that I just didn't get to on my 3DS. So let's go, man. I'm loving it.
Yeah. Best part about that too, you can get them get games on the cheap for 3DS right now. So
that's a backlog situation. I want to like burn through whatever I've got going. So, I'll just play Ever Oasis for the next 17 years.
So, I mean, you're ready for our one topic?
Let's do it.
Controversial one topic episode if we were in Nintendo?
It's happened before. And we've actually had no topics before. We would just have a chat and then we fight. So we're at least a year away from
I can only hope that our relationship can get to that point. Sean.
Actually have a fight.
Then I know I'm in. When we can just fight like little brother and big brother.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're set.
I'm the little brother. I'm because you got the beard. That automatically makes you the older brother.
It's alpha.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Our topic this night was suggested by Brendan Myers because he's an awesome supporter of Make Us Better on Patreon. And his topic is, if we were Nintendo, would we use the Breath of the Wild map and assets to create a Battle Royale mode? Now, that wasn't exactly what he said, but we paraphrased it into our mold if we were Nintendo.
Yeah, man. Sounds crazy, doesn't it?
It does sound crazy.
But maybe crazy enough to just work.
It just might work.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck was that even from? I don't even remember. I feel like that's something Jack Black said in some movie. Yes, because Battle Royale is the new hotness.
Yeah.
I mean, we're on the cusp of Fortnite being officially announced for Nintendo Switch. We have, what's that game coming out? Crazy something. That an actual Battle Royale game is on the way. Crazy Justice, I think, is the name. That's on its way to being released.
I don't think I heard of that.
It's a Battle Royale game. It's coming to
well, there you go. Now we know everything about it.
Yeah. So, I mean, well, first of all, if you're taking the assets from Breath of the Wild, what better playground do you have, like, in terms of environment plus physics to mess around with? You know, you've got the fire mechanic, which would be fun to play around with.
Mm-hmm.
Would we have like full functioning? Would we want to have the fully function of the Sheikah slate in there? Like you'd be able to like freeze other players.
I think it has to come in on a crate. I think all of your abilities have to come in from like maybe they're launched in from overhead. Like this big, like maybe, okay, so here's the thing. We gotta break this whole thing down. First of all, the map would be amazing, but also way too big. So either you make it smaller, like maybe a condensed version, or you put 1,000 people in there. Nintendo somehow is gonna put 1,000 people. We're gonna like do the battle royales of all battle royales. It's gonna be so many people. And then so like what do you come in on? You come in on a plane in PUBG, you come in on like the little like floating bus.
Well, we've got our gliders already.
Mm-hmm.
So we got that, but you need something else to drop you in there.
What is it called? What is the tomb that you're in or whatever? Like the resurrection?
Shrine of Resurrection.
Yeah, what if it was just one of those? You're just like, just giant size. Or if it's a...
The windfish drops you off.
I want like a Ganon, like a blimp. I want like a Ganon, like just this huge inflatable Ganon, and everybody just popping out his butthole. Or his nose.
Who's the little guy that has the little monster shop? He has like that little airship.
That's a really good idea.
He can drop you off there.
Oh, what the heck is his name? Oh, it's killing me. Yeah, no,
it's been a long time since I played it, so.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he could drop you off.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
And you can fly around the map.
That's so good.
Now, when I thought about it, when I first read the topic, my question was, okay, how do we handle combat? Because would you allow melee weapons in there? Mm-hmm. And then it's kind of crazy because it's more of a primitive take on Battle Royale because everything we see has assault weapons, has, actual rifles, guns. So this we have melee weapons, which mixes things up a little bit. But then you have, arrows be a very limited capacity.
Mm-hmm. All the different arrow types, though. Like, you've got your bomb arrows and everything like that.
Plus, if you got a bow that had like the multi-shot.
Yeah, man.
Can I just say how dumb I am? Because it took me like a year, I think a year past release to learn that a multi-shot a bow only uses one arrow per shot. It doesn't actually deplete like 5 arrows at once. That's why I never used one. It's like I'm going to run out of arrows.
Yeah, no,
dumb.
That's kind of the whole point.
Yeah,
here's the dumb. X factor. Here's the couple X factors because of the map. The lava is bad, obviously, so we want to kind of stay away from there. I don't even know how you would, but like maybe there's a risk reward factor up at Death Mountain.
Oh yeah, so you have to get the gear to like survive the temperatures, and then I feel like I would want like
it's like the longest game ever. Like the
I
longest
want the
Battle
monsters
Royale.
in there too.
That's what I was thinking.
I want the NPCs in there to like.
I was thinking Guardians would be part of the X Factor thing too. Like maybe you could like trigger a trap or something like that, or like maybe you could program them to work for you and then just attack everybody else or something like that. Like that would be like the power-ups would be amazing. Like the perks you could get would be incredible.
What to steal from Fortnite some more? What if there's a power-up that you got to transform into a Lionel?
Oh my god, that's crazy.
And then
like instead of like Thanos or something like that.
Oh god, yeah, exactly. Instead of Thanos, you get to be a Lionel, like a silver Lionel. Oh my gosh.
I mean, this makes way too much sense. How is this not a thing yet?
I'm clearly in the wrong industry. What can I?
Let's go do it. We could be billionaires making Battle Royale for.
How awesome would that be to have the moveset of a Lionel, or have the champions in there?
That's what I was going to say. So characters, I think, are the next kind of thing because like part of me thinks of warriors, of Hyrule Warriors, of just this this map that you can go to any point and there's always going to be enemies there and you can just go kill people. So then it lends me to think of the characters can be like a Mario Kart or Smash type of thing. That doesn't necessarily have to be just like 100 Zeldas, 100 Links running around, but you could have the best of the best from the Hall of Fame of The Legend of Zelda.
Ooh, that'd be sweet.
I think that'd be awesome, man. You have Wolf Link and Midna from Twilight Princess.
Yeah. We have to have one of the maps has to be on, oh gosh, now I'm really showing my Breath of the Wild ineptness now. What is the Evertide? Is that the name of the island?
Yeah.
You gotta have like a crazy.
That's probably a better map, to be honest. Like just there. Oh, like, cause like the map, let's be honest, the map is way too big.
Yeah.
Like you could have a Battle Royale in the mazes, like in each one of the labyrinths or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise you have to really like shrink it down rapidly. You could have the Ganon's Blight be what shrinks the map, that comes up and it's like, oh, you gotta move in. And can you imagine they'll be on top of a tower and see someone of you like paraglide down and do like a sword drop from like 50 feet up? And land on someone. Oh.
Actually, what chases you into the middle is actually a Navi fairy just shows up. If you're outside of the circle, a Navi fairy shows up and he goes, hey, move,
Oh, no.
move. And like, it doesn't actually kill you. You just get super annoyed. Yeah. You just like, fuck it, I quit.
I feel like the combat, people like the melee combat, it's a tough thing to like really get down in a game, but with the lock-on targeting system would really, I think, lend itself well to parrying and the use of your shield and timing and countering. I think would really be interesting to see if someone goes for a strike and you parry, you deflect with the shield right at the right time and you have a parry attack. I mean, that'd be like really intricate to see, and you'd be like dueling someone lined it up perfectly, and then someone would just come behind with a hammer and like kill you both, and then run away.
Yeah, man. But that's why I think a lot of people are really going towards Fortnite is just with the building. Like you can set up a defense for yourself. Like of course you can build your towers. You've got an offensive there, but if somebody's shooting at you, you can build yourself a shelter in like no time.
Right.
And so like I think that would be really interesting because I think with PUBG, if somebody's got the jump on you, you're pretty much dead.
Yeah.
There's really no coming back. Yeah. So if you can outmaneuver somebody with a shield or a parry or something like that, that would be so great. Or trigger something like physics based, like you alluded to earlier. Like it'd be so neat to like shoot past somebody and then trigger like an avalanche or something, or have some boulders roll down the hill and smash her from behind. Like that's the thing about this map and the engine and everything, that we have to expect more from it. Because you can just do anything you want with it. That's the magic of the game. Like in an open world sense, it's great, but like there's so much more to it, I feel.
It's so funny because when I first started the topic, I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. But now we've been talking about it, I was like, I want this.
Right?
Like I feel like it'd be so much fun. Like think of like when I first was actively playing it, it wasn't to the state it was now, but like think back to like the first time you played GTA Online. Mm-hmm. And I was like, it wasn't that fun. It was kind of broken, but it had this promise. It was like this sort of a sandbox thing you could kind of play inside of. And it's still like super popular now, but then you think, okay, you get that kind of experience now, but now in Hyrule, I mean,
that's the thing, like it's
horse combat.
Ooh, that's right. That's right. I was thinking cars from PUBG, but yeah, you're right. Like, you have like jousting matches
riding through there, like God. Mad Max.
Oh my God, that's too much. That's way too much.
Not you've broken it. You've gone too far.
Yeah, that's what breaks it. Now it doesn't make sense.
Item power-ups can come from the observatory, because wasn't there like a cannon on the observatory or something? You could like launch power-ups or items, launch out into the map from the cannon. Oh my gosh.
It's good stuff. Brendan Myers.
I want multiplayer Zelda now.
I mean, that's what I was about to say. Was like the map is so empty. We just want to fill it with people and things.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. And I'd love to do quests together. I'd love to be able to do some co-op to take it outside of the Battle Royale thing too. Like I'd love for like the two of us just like wander around. And it's just because it's so open. It seems like it'll allow you to do whatever you want. And that's just something that I want to do that I can't do, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
I like it, man. That's what we would do if we were at Nintendo.
Brendan, thank you for the topic. That was a good one.
Great topic.
That was fun to run with. Like, I just see like chaos running around, and I love it.
Well, I totally forgot. Like the biggest thing about a battle royale is that the map shrinks. Like, because my first reaction was like, well, it's too big. Like, but of course, the playable area shrinks and shrinks.
Yeah, you'd have to have like you could have like, a couple different like obviously the Great Plateau could be one map area, and you can shrink that down. But think of like some parts of the game where it's pitch black and you have to have torches or things to light to be able to see. Oh my
god!
Or like
That'd
something
be crazy.
Yeah, or like the fog, like that you see in like
what about cooking?
The forest and
like you could cook and that's how you get to some of these places too. So you're actively like managing your resources, which sounds not fun, but like picking up some apples or whatever, killing some wildlife and cooking them up allows you to get to spaces that I don't know. It's like it just seems the way that we sort of talk about it. This seems like the opposite of what the direction I think battle royales are going, which is a quicker game. I think they're smaller maps, fewer people. I think. To get you in and out. But I don't know.
This is more like Last Survivor type of thing, like outlast, outthink, outlive, type of deal.
If anybody can do that, if anybody can go against the grain, it's Nintendo and Zelda.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because my Joy-Cons have 3 ice cubes inside them. Didn't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I didn't, but not to look at them, but I could feel them.
Yeah, they're jiggling in there.
God, that was like the first thing that we saw about the Switch. Let's just remember that. That's where they're like, hey everybody, you like your PlayStation 4 and your Xbox One and all the power? Well, guess what? 3 ice cubes. You can feel it.
You know what they should have done? They should have let off with milk. Because that's still the greatest application of Joy-Con.
They practically did. Between that and then ARMS was like, oh god. Oh man. No wonder I was so mad. It's all coming back to me now.
Gosh.
You're just trying to incite a fight. That's what you're just trying to bring back those memories of me just like lashing out.
Yeah.
You're like saying the words of the Winter Soldier. 7.
Yeah.
Funeral. Whatever the words were. I don't even know.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we need a safe word for next episode. Clearly. Great topic. Loved, man. It shows like thinking it through and talking through. I'm like, it's very, that'd be so much fun.
Super fun. Yeah, I love it. Well, Sean, I'm back home next week, man. We're gonna be
You're
live.
back home next week. Your knees are probably falling apart.
I didn't do too many shifts. I think I'm losing all feeling. But I don't know, man. You get a sense of all the light shining on me as well. It's
you guys gotta watch the video to really appreciate what Sean's working with this week. It's good.
Yeah, like if you can't really tell, like I'm on the ground, man. Like I'm on the.
He's literally on the floor.
I'm on the floor. I'm just like leaning onto my bed, just like, hey, Jason.
Staring longingly at his laptop screen.
Just hoping that this thing doesn't and the laptop is sitting on the bed too, so hopefully it doesn't overheat. Like I don't have it lifted up or anything, so God knows what's gonna happen with it.
Oh gosh. Well, let's save Sean from his misery. First of all, thank you everyone for listening. Thank you for watching. If you want to follow the show, check it out on Twitter. If we ran Nintendo, I am there as well. JW Lacey, and it's not nearly as cool as Sean. Like the Connery, Capri, like the pants. That's how you follow Sean. He's on
Ain't
the social
no G
media.
in any of our names.
There ain't no G in any of our names.
What am I supposed to say? You can subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube.com/WeTheNerdy. I don't know. Now it's your turn. This is not going to work.
We got the back and forth sounds good in principle, but it just doesn't flow. Yeah. You can catch me on Flexippose. It records live on YouTube every Tuesday. We release on Wednesday, the same day as the show. Oh my gosh! And I do Nintendo Shack with Donnie Reese.
I love that show, man. I really, really
release
do.
On Fridays.
You actually know what you're talking about. It's a Nintendo show with people who actually like Nintendo. It's amazing. Not like this show. Or We the Gamercast, which is on iTunes and Google Play every Monday, youtube.com/WeTheNerdy every Monday. Or the Xbox Drive, where I record a show talking about the Xbox while I drive to work with my good friend Dave Moore on iTunes and the Dayspace Network. Remember, you can support this show, and maybe I can invest in a portable setup so I don't have to have this duct tape situation. At patreon.com/makeisbetter. Remember, if you're $3 more, you're in the show notes, and $10 more, you're at the top of the show, and you get a thank you card. I never really mentioned that, but I signed a little thank you card. I say it now because they're actually landing in people's mailboxes.
Yeah,
finally.
people are actually getting them now.
Yeah, it's instead of just Canada Post sending them right back to me. So thank you guys. And I know like there's some adjustments, so I appreciate people calling me up and going, I'm really sorry. I'm like, you guys have absolutely nothing to apologize for. So thank you everybody for all of your support at whatever level. I really appreciate it. At patreon.com/makeisbetter.
Ding! Ding! As always, everyone, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Share it with a friend. We've got TPS reports to file. We'll be back next week.